What happens when a heavy smoker suddenly quits cold turkey? The first day without a cigarette, it felt like my body was at war with itself. I started smoking at 15. More than half my life had been wrapped in smoke. I'd estimate I smoked around 292,000 cigarettes and about 14,600 packs. If each cigarette took roughly 5 minutes, I'd spent nearly 3 years of my life just smoking. But the decision to quit didn't come from bad news or a doctor's warning. It came in a single moment, when I saw my 5-year-old daughter pick up a crayon and pretend to smoke it, just like I did with my Marlboros. Every move she made was perfect. The way she held it, the way she tapped off the ash. "Emma, what are you doing?" I asked, though I already knew the answer. "I'm being you," she said, taking another imaginary drag. That night, I quit. I flushed the rest of the pack down the toilet, deleted every smoke break alarm on my phone, and didn't tell a single soul. Every past attempt failed because I made it public, like my brain needed an audience to justify giving up. By 10 a.m. Wednesday, my hands were shaking so badly I spilled coffee all over my keyboard. A coworker noticed. "You drunk or something?" "No," I admitted. "I'm quitting smoking." His eyebrows shot up. "Cold turkey? Man, that's like jumping out of a plane without checking your parachute." By the afternoon, the headache kicked in. Not a dull throb, but a deep, crushing pain, like someone was tightening a vice around my skull. Every sound became torture. The office printer might as well have been a jackhammer in my ear. That night, I dreamed about cigarettes. Not just smoking, I was swimming in them. Thousands of floating cigarettes whispering my name through curls of smoke. Day 2 began with pure rage. I snapped at Emma just for dropping her spoon at breakfast. "It's just a spoon," I yelled. Instantly, guilt hit me like a truck. Her tiny face crumpled, eyes welling up with tears. My wife, Jen, took her to school instead. Before leaving, she leaned in and whispered, "You need to get it together. Call your doctor." By day 3, I couldn't sleep. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, mind spinning like a broken carousel. I started hallucinating. My mouth was constantly full of saliva like I might puke, and everything I ate tasted like soggy paper. At 2 a.m., I stood outside a convenience store, staring at the cigarette ad in the window like a starving man eyeing a bakery. A teenage kid walked out, eyeing me nervously. "You okay, man?" I wasn't, but I didn't buy a pack. On day 5, the dreams returned. This time, I was smoking in the dream so vividly that when I woke up, I panicked and tore through my sheets looking for imaginary ash. The guilt sat on my chest like a boulder. The physical symptoms were brutal, but nothing compared to the mental war. Every bit of stress, traffic, an email from my boss, a ringing phone, flashed like a neon sign. SMOKE. By day 7, I could smell everything. It was overwhelming. My coworker's perfume from across the room made me wince. I could smell the trash inside the house while sitting out on the porch. The old smoke in my car, something I never even noticed before, hit me like a bonfire I couldn't escape. That weekend, I grabbed gloves, rags, and cleaner and scrubbed the car like a man possessed. The yellow residue on the windows nearly made me gag. Day 14. I climbed an entire flight of stairs without gasping for air like I was dying. For the first time in years, I didn't have to stop halfway to catch my breath. Emma noticed first. She looked up at me, eyes wide with excitement. "Daddy, you don't breathe scary anymore." I nearly cried, not because my stamina had improved, but because my daughter had once been scared of the way I breathed, something I'd never even noticed. Day 30. The cravings still came, but they weren't as fierce. They hit randomly, like someone flipping a switch in my brain, on, then off. I had gained 9 pounds, 4 kilograms, but my skin no longer looked like ash. One morning, Jen kissed me, then paused. "Your mouth tastes different," she said, smiling. "Better." Day 60. I found an old jacket, and, in the pocket, a full, unopened pack of cigarettes. My heart skipped a beat, but my first reaction wasn't excitement. It was disgust. I brought it to Jen. She watched closely as I turned on the tap and crushed each cigarette under running water. "I didn't think you'd make it this time," she whispered. "Neither did I said. But this time was different. 6 months have passed. I've saved nearly $2,000, enough to buy Emma her first bike and treat Jen to a romantic weekend getaway out of town. The chronic cough is gone. Food tastes better than ever. Sometimes I still instinctively reach for a pack that's no longer there, like phantom limb syndrome, but for addiction. But yesterday, Emma hugged me and said, "You smell nice, Daddy," instead of wrinkling her nose like she used to. And in that moment, I knew one thing for sure. I'm never going back. The fight isn't over. But for the first time, I'm winning.